Bear, we are live, Bear. You kick us off.
It's been a while since I've seen all of your faces. We chat every single day and text, and the thumbs hurt, the fingers hurt. We don't get to have that natural reaction, the natural conversation. And this morning, just woke up going through Twitter, and someone commented about like how he was looking for some college football comment, and he stumbled across Geoff's love of the WNBA and the women's NCAA softball tournament, and sitting there like, you know what? Let's just kind of hop on and just talk about whatever the hell comes into mind. And then it got even better because in addition to that, the Indiana out of conference schedule thing blows up, so people are calling me a fat cuck over that now. So let's hop on and have some fun and just talk about absolutely nothing.
Wait, can you explain the Indiana story quickly?
Basically, in Indiana, basically everyone knows our non-conference schedule from last year was ridiculous, which it was. And look, I totally get it. The program was in the dumps, so you need to pick. It was the Bill Snyder method at Kansas State. They were the worst program of all time. They'd schedule no one, and they would build up wins and build up the record to build their program up. So basically, Indiana had a non-conference schedule representative of that last year. And now what happened is they paid Virginia, a bottom third ACC team, to go away for the next, I think they had them on their schedule the next couple of years. So they bought themselves out of that deal, and now we're playing Kennesaw State instead of Virginia. So basically, and our buddy Brett Ciancio from Pick Six Previews was the one who pointed out, like, over the next 5 years, they don't have a single like Power Four team on their schedule. And I essentially said, well, why would they schedule anyone now? The committee wasn't affected by it last year. They made the playoff, and why would you schedule anybody? And then, of course, people chime in. And then there was this one Penn dude. He was up at our grill last year about Penn State, and he was the one who replied, "You fat cock!" Like, and it was good. I love it. And like he starts talking about. He didn't even like bring up Indiana. He starts talking about like USC and Ohio State and Michigan. They all had tough non-con. I wasn't going to reply to him. I was just like, I didn't mention those teams. I mentioned Indiana. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, that's when the mute button got hit, and we had some fun with that. So yeah, we're good. What's going on, Sammy? Should we stand for the Canadian national anthem?
I tried to set up a nice little studio on the balcony, and the Wi-Fi router didn't connect, so I had to move it. I'm sorry, Bear.
Yeah, is it a U.S. home game or a Canadian home game? Which anthem goes first?
Out here, I would guess the American anthem would go first. You saved the best for last, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Without it, good shot of the stove behind you. Well, what are you cooking up?
Oh, nothing. We've been eating out, like Cornish hen, nice steak. Tonight is supposed to be Italian, I believe. So there's a lot going on here, buddy. But I just took a picture with the Rocket Richard statue outside the Bell Center. So I'm just getting all my fix in here across the border. Now
the form is it the form or is it like a Hockey Hall of Fame now or something? The old form?
Bear, you're acting like I'm from here. I have no idea. All I know is I have Kit Kat Pops. I brought Kit Kat Pops too. These are apparently a thing in Montreal.
Dude, English and like international candy is like ridiculous. Like people who like haven't been to like UK or wherever, like it's out of this world. But yeah, I thought either the old Maple Leaf Gardens or the old Form was like a Hockey Hall of Fame or a museum or something now. Will, do you have any knowledge of that? I know you're a big hockey.
No, but I know my Twitter mentions are blowing up because apparently we've been live since 1:53 Eastern. So those little technical difficulties where we went live pretty early. So I'm kidding. I'm joking.
We did not. Guys, I'm a professional sometimes. I made sure that we were not live when Bear was talking down about Caitlin Clark. I can't believe it, Bear. You're supposed to be in her corner, and all of a sudden you talk down about her.
By the way, they stink, don't they? They aren't very good.
The Fever?
Yeah.
They're going to be better. They're playing better. They're going to, I think the second half, they're going to be in it to win the championship. Not like they're probably not going to win, but they'll be a semifinalist.
They're in Connecticut tonight, Bear.
Are you going?
Are they?
Yeah, they play the Sun tonight.
How didn't I know this?
I think 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh man.
How far away are you?
Oh, I'm like an hour away. I
Oh.
can easily go.
Yeah, I went last year for the playoff game, but I'm working tonight. We got the All-Star game. I actually really like the All-Star game, so I paid my respects in person. It ended up being a fun game, a contentious game. You could see in person the dislike. It's visible, it's palpable. I mean, the hatred just seeps off the other players. But it was a fun game to go to.
That was that the Dijonais poke in the eye game?
No, I think that was game one. We went to game two because remember they played game one on like an NFL Sunday back in September. Game two was midweek, either Tuesday or Wednesday, and the Fever were down big, came back and took a lead, and eventually the Sun won it late. Fever ran some terrible plays. Fever were not well coached last year, and Clark did not shoot the ball well. But boy, you can see the vitriol from the other players was visible, and the calls were. I mean, she couldn't get a call. The Fever did not get one call in that game. As we're reliving WNBA games from last fall.
Courtside tickets, Bear, tonight. How much do you think the cheapest one I could find right now is?
$1,500.
Yeah,
Oh.
1,700.
Really?
Yeah, on one of the websites. Yeah,
I have ins. The cost for me would be $0.
Oh, then we might as well go tonight. You have nothing else to do.
Well, I might see if Molly wants to go.
Lay the 16.5 with the Fever.
A lot of points at DraftKings.
I have I can reveal. I'll reveal my source here. And one of my good friends, her sister is married to Kathy Engelbert's brother. So like there's like a relationship, like kind of. I'm like a couple of steps removed from the center of the solar system. So I'm gonna have to make a call. See if the boss wants to make the drive out to Mohegan Sun.
Will, what are we betting in the All-Star game tonight?
Oh man, I'm still licking my wounds from last night. I usually get over these pretty quickly, but you guys know about this. People listening don't probably. I had Caminero versus Rooker to be the exact final at 45-1, and I was. I figured I was going to lose. Rooker was way behind. I didn't realize till after that I lost Rooker to Cal Raleigh by, I don't know, a fraction of an inch. And now I don't know how official these measurements are. And some people that had Cal Raleigh, I'm not going to complain about it. You play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But a lot of people are like, Cal Raleigh, there was a narrative there. He's leading the league in homers. His dad and brother pitching him. It was a better story. I don't know. Maybe it was on a level. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not going to complain about it. You bet on the Derby, you get what you deserve. But that's a hell of a way to lose a 45-1. I bet it. I don't know why I bet it big. It was the only thing on. And that fraction of an inch, I could have at least hedged because Caminero won. And then it was Cal Raleigh versus, I think, Cruz, where I could have just named my profit in the semis. I probably would have hedged. But that's a tough one. But to get back to your question, I love betting the All-Star game because the players down the odds board, the long shots, those are the guys coming off the bench. Those guys are super live because the nature of the All-Star game, it's usually close. It's usually low scoring, and it's whoever gets a hit 7th, 8th inning in a tie game to win the game can win it, and that could be anybody. It's hard to handicap from that perspective who's going to get up, right time, right spot. But 2 years ago, Diaz, the Rockies catcher, 200-1, 2-2 game. He goes deep. He gets MVP. Last year, Duran, 3-3 game in the 5th, hits a 2-run homer. Nobody scores again. He gets MVP. So take your shot here. Pete Alonso 45-1, Rooker 65-1. It would be interesting if Rooker, after getting screwed last night, comes back and wins it tonight. Some poetic justice. But I actually lean towards the National League. I've thought all year they've had a better team, a better roster, better deeper, more contenders. Kyle Stowers at like 100-1, 90-1 in that range. I think
he ended the first part of the year hot. Your first week.
3 homers on Sunday. So I think, treating it like a golf tournament and taking a unit and spreading it across 4 or 5 different guys at 60, 70, 81, not a bad way to play it.
Sammy, what poutine did you go with the other night, by the way?
The tikka masala poutine.
Oh,
it's pretty good. Was it? It's pretty good. Yeah, the guy said get protein on top, and they can do whatever you want. But I will tell you, I was at Geoff's restaurant, Schwartz's, and they did a poutine with the pastrami on top. Ooh. I would have dropped that up. I mean, no. If I was tracking sodium, it would just say no. Because you get the sandwich and then there's the pickles floating around and all that. But they said number 2 is best, and number 2 is poutine covered in just sweaty pastrami, which looked incredible. Schwartz's Deli, though, what are the odds?
Delicious. I sent you the picture from a couple of years ago eating the food there. a corned beef pastrami sandwich is just nothing better. It's every time, every place you go, it just tastes the best. Are you watching sports on vacation? Like, does your wife allow you to do that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, man. Some people are particular about it.
So you can't hear they have music on in the bar. We went to this spot called McLean's, I think, because Peel Pub is now closed. It went bankrupt and went under. So that's a whole story. But Peel Pub was like one of the big joints to watch a game. Anyways, when I was watching the Derby, Will's like, I need Rooker. So I threw a little bit right after Rooker hit. I can't remember who hit after Rooker. And Rooker went out to like 50-1 to win the Derby.
Olsen,
and he basically needed the next three guys to stay under. But I didn't know the rules or the terminology or anything because, like, you can't hear it. And, like, on the bottom, there was a ticker. And it showed who was in first, second, third, fourth, and so on. And Rooker was in fourth. Raleigh was in fifth at the end of the round. And then they come back from commercial, and I'm like, where's Rooker? And I never got an explanation, and I can't hear the TV. So then you guys via text are giving me the intel that Raleigh hit one like a quarter of an inch longer than Rooker. But I thought, if Rooker's in fourth and Raleigh's in fifth on the ticker, Rooker's going to be alive. But didn't even make it past the first round, which was very annoying. So that's my watching sports story, along with me trying to find YouTube TV here in Montreal, and they don't allow it. So you guys are giving me Atlanta Hawks Summer League updates because I can't watch the game.
What a game.
Dude, I've paid more attention to Summer League than I think I did the entire NBA actual regular season. Because Will said the other, like, prior to the start of the Summer League was like, yeah, the Hawks are like 70 or 80-1. It might be worth the play. And by the time he gave it out to us, it had come down to like 60-1. So I appreciate you there. But yeah, it was so fun. Like sitting there, been making dinner last night, like refreshing the score. I see your texts are flowing in. I'm refreshing the score, and then they wind up winning. And then all I did all night long was like sitting on the couch watching. I watched the final episode of The Quarterback, and I think I had like an HGTV show on, or Rick Steves from like 2008, with just kind of killing time and like refreshing score, like looking at how the other undefeated teams in the Summer League were doing, because we need all those undefeated teams to lose, because we came to figure out that the Summer League playoff format was like the top 4 teams go on. So right now I think there are 9. There are definitely 2 going to lose. So at most there can be 7. So we need a couple more teams to lose to guarantee our Hawks get into the Final Four. They don't play till Thursday, but yeah, I am all in all about NBA Summer League.
That is a Will Hill special, by the way. That was all Will. Let's give Will full credit. Will's like, yo, go bet the Hawks.
Our buddy. So look, they got down to 3-1, and I was bouncing this off of you guys. Usually that cash out button's not very intriguing to me. Usually it's a ripoff, and even if you want to, hedge out, there's better ways to hedge out. But one of my tickets, and I bet it 4 different places for various amounts, various prices. One of mine was just like $85 to win $5,800, and they offered me like over $1,100. So I'm thinking, you know what? And I didn't take it, and since then it's gone down. That was intriguing, just because I've got other tickets. $1,100 would be nice on an 85 ticket. It's still unlikely to win, but they got down to a 3-1 short shot. And I don't know how have you guys considered it's hard to hedge because we don't even know if they're in right now. Right. But man, that was a wild game. They were down a good 13, 14 points in the fourth quarter. And I was like, you know what? It was a fun ride. They were 2-0. They gave us a little sweat.
Exactly.
And we can kind of pack it in. But then they come roaring back. I think hit a 3 to tie it, and then took the lead, then gave the lead up again. There was missed free throws. Geoff knows the play-by-play because I was just following it on my phone. We even bounced off the idea of hedging and taking the Rockets plus 3.5 as a mini hedge, and that would have gotten home. You would have middled that thing. Geoff, what was the play-by-play? Because that was a wild.
I was sitting in the parking lot of a Home Depot. Now, mind you, my kids are at camp, okay? So I have nothing to do right now. So I was at Home Depot. I was sitting in the parking lot, and we were texting about it. And I was like, look, let me pull the game up. And it's on, just pull it up and watched it. I didn't see the end of the full time. I saw the overtime, which is 2 minutes, by the way. And the Hawks were up 1 with 6 seconds left. The Rockets were inbounding the ball about half court. And the guy tried to throw an alley-oop, and it went into the basket for a turnover. And then the Hawks got 2 foul shots and they ended up winning by 3. But now I'm like counting point differential. So I'm looking at like the games tonight, and we need these games to be close. Like we need all the 2-0 teams either lose or be close. I don't have a chance. My buyout was not what yours was, Will. They were offering me like 2 times, which is nothing. So
Will's a big player.
I guess so. Yeah,
far more important than you and I.
So we need
that was just a glitch because that was an unusually high payout. And it was almost so high where it caught me off guard. And by the time I had to think about it, it went from like 1,100 plus down to like 940. And I looked today, it's like 500 something. So yeah, that was a straight. I mean, they were giving me a good like 12, 13x the payout, which for something that's still unlikely, and I have other bets, that was intriguing. But man, if we could just get to the semis, who knows? If we just get in the playoffs, I think the format is 4 teams get in. If we're one of the 4, you can really start to monetize that ticket because I wouldn't imagine they're going to be underdogs. Now, it depends who they play, but they went from being like a 5-point underdog in the first game on open, and they got bet all the way down to like +2, and then they've been favored in the 2 games since, and they've been taking money. So maybe they were just completely mispriced. Maybe how great would that be if we could be laying points with the Hawks, where we could be taking points as a hedge in the semis, then in the finals, and go for middles and set up things like that. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, we're going to get a loss tonight. Pistons, T-Wolves, because they're both undefeated. Thunder are undefeated, and they play a 4.5 point favorite over the Magic, who are 0-2. The Raptors, I guess, are like, I think that people think the Raptors are pretty good. They're a big favorite over the 0-2 Nuggets, and those are the 2-0 teams that are in action tonight. Yeah, our Hawks are off until Thursday.
Let's hope they rest up. Can we get some ringers? Can we get Trae Young and some of the starters just to come in and try to seal the deal? He'll help us out and take this thing seriously. What are the rules?
Trae Young or Risha Shea want to come back and just play a little bit, right?
There's a rumor that they might not play. Well, again, I didn't watch the game because I couldn't geographically, I guess. Did Reed Shepherd play yesterday or no?
Let's see.
Because there was this rumor that they were gonna cut the cord on that and they were gonna just save him for the season. So that would be
Reed Shepherd did not play yesterday.
Okay, so he didn't even play yesterday. All right, I wasn't sure, but a buddy of mine, I had sent him. Once Will told us to bet it at like 60-1, I sent him a note, and his initial response was, "I didn't think Reed Shepherd was going to play the whole time," which was a separate conversation because Reed Shepherd was favored to win the Summer League MVP. Correct or not, I mean, that was the market. And if he's already shut down, then that's going to be another roadblock. But I do applaud the 3 of you guys reverse jinxing us home, because I got back to the unit and I was like, how much do we need to win by? And you guys were all like, oh, we lost. It's like the 3rd quarter. And they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So that was very fun to follow without actually following it.
By the way, now, and I'm looking at the box score from yesterday to see if Shepherd had played, and there is a player on the Rockets who I have never heard of in my life.
Only one?
This Adonis Arms had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists.
I'm looking at
a quick little Google search reveals that Adonis Arms last played for the Guangdong Southern Tigers of the Chinese Basketball Association, formerly of the Mesa Community College Thunderbirds, the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks, Winthrop,
of course,
and Texas Tech. Maybe he played for a cup of coffee, it looks like.
Wow, that's a hell of a name, too. Adonis Arms, that's a great name.
With 21-22, played for Texas Tech.
If they win this summer league, I mean, I've got some main care. I might have to get Adonis on one of these arms.
Well, he's a Rocket. He's a Rocket. He's not a Hawk.
Oh, got it. Okay, so I have Hawks and Rockets. That's why I got confused there for a second. I had both of those teams' futures. So that's I crossed my wires there. My bad. Again, I'm not even in the country.
Hawks are 6-1 right now at DraftKings.
The teams at the top are I don't even know who's on these rosters. Is there a good player still playing? I know that Cooper Flag got shut down. I mean, on any of the teams that are at the top, Hornets, Kings, Clippers, Spurs, Wemby's clearly not playing. Like, do Dylan Harper playing? Ace Bailey?
Oh,
Ace Bailey did not play yesterday for the Jazz.
Harper, I think, got the game winner, the game tire in that Spurs Jazz game. I think he tied. Bear, you were watching that game, right? Where
yes,
he tied. It was a 2-point game. Spurs were losing, and Harper hit a bucket late to send it to overtime, and they eventually won. By the way, I don't mind that 2-minute overtime rule. You know what? You play 48 minutes in a regular basketball game. Why do we need another 5-minute overtime? 2 minutes. You know what? Let's just whoever wins the 2 minutes. I don't know if they'd ever adopt that rule. I don't mind that rule at all. I think that's more efficient. It's fun.
To answer the question about like who's playing, like the Hornets have Knappel obviously and Kalkbrenner. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Is McNeely playing? He must be, right?
McNeil. I don't think I saw his name.
I saw it the other day with a big game.
Well, he's on the DNPCD yesterday, so that doesn't mean he hasn't played. Let's see who else is 3-0. The Spurs are 3-0.
Harper was there.
Yeah, Harper played.
Sean Elliott gave him a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Carter Bryant. Davis Jones Garcia had 28 off the bench, whoever that is.
Of course.
Without a doubt. Anyway, talked about All-Star game. Any second half baseball bets we're looking at? I brought it up, and again, people love to poo-poo everything, and I brought it up again, and people are like, oh, no way. PCA is winning an LMVP if he goes 40-40 and they win the division, right?
I mean, with the way Ohtani's pitching, no.
He's pitching like 2 innings a game.
He's up to 3 now. If he gives him anything on the mound, the voters love Ohtani. I thought Lindor was live last year. I know you did too, Bear. I don't know. I mean, is there value at 7-1? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, if Ohtani gives him 3 to 5 innings a start and he's pitching as well as he has, plus his hitting, right? I mean, he's going to win, right? I mean, it feels like that PCA would have to do something extraordinary and Ohtani would have to get hurt.
So basically, you're saying that he's going to win it every year. If you're going to give it to him every year, fine. Look, make an award for the MVP other than Ohtani.
At some point, they will stop giving him the award. But baseball, out of all the out of all the leagues, just keeps giving the same guy the MVP award. Like they don't care. They've done it all the time. I mean, what Bonds won 4 years in a row. I mean, they don't care. They just keep giving the same guy. You know, unlike football and basketball, it feels like after a couple of years they get squeamish at giving it to the same person. So, I would think that they would just give it to him until someone plays much better or he gets a little bit hurt or something changes in their careers.
Sammy, how's our White Sox middle looking? I think I have a little over 46 and like under 51. I think I have.
Oh man, you'd be in a good spot. They're 32-65. That was the team that I was sort of going to bring up here. We give a lot of crap to the Rockies on the show, and I think that's one of the better bets we've made as a group of all time. What was the win total? 63.5.
Yeah,
not going to touch that. But they're 22-74. Guys, the White Sox are bad. I mean, that's not a hot take. That's statistically proven. But I think the Rockies take a lot of shine away from the White Sox. That rotation has like 3 to 4 minor leaguers on a given 5-game stretch.
And just wait till they trade Hauser.
I don't know that you can rely on young bats down the stretch. So that would be a team that, you know, I don't want to say day-to-day fade, but in terms of like if they were going to throw a second half win total up, and maybe they have these up again, I haven't seen them. I'd be curious what the Chicago one is, and I'd probably look under there. I'd also probably look under in Pittsburgh.
It's the White Sox, by the way, 52.5.
So that's the adjusted win total
right now. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right there.
Yeah, you're going to be right there in the mix for a middle. So I have over 49.5, and let me just tell you, I'm a little nervous that they don't get over. So this would be a time for anybody who you don't necessarily have to buy it out. You'd be shooting the middle on my end. Like if you have over 49.5, you could go under 52.5 and create that little 3-win wiggle. But even though it's a good bet, I still worry about them just completely flaming out with a bunch of bad starters and a bunch of kids in the lineup.
Yanks going to win 92 games, 91.5.
Perfect. 91 would be a wonderful situation. 91 and 71, sign me up.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though that Wu game pissed me off.
Oof.
I literally, FanDuel had given those like 30% profit boosts on a $200 bet. So like consecutive days, I hit the Yankees like with boosts, like turned out to be like plus 1020, plus 1080, plus 1120 with the boost, $200 a pop to miss the playoffs. And it was looking, and then they come back and win that game against Wu. Like those are the types of games that you can't afford to win if you've got the miss the playoffs at monster numbers. But look, I think they're only 3.5 games clear now of the first team out of the wild card. And you look at their schedule coming out of the break. You got the Braves on the road. You got the Blue Jays on the road. You've got 4 against Tampa and 3 against someone else. Who the hell was it? It's like 13 games against like legitimately good teams. So like maybe they can pop a 4 and 9 in there and we'll really be in action.
I had the Mariners on the money line bear in that game, so I know you have a future wager on them, but to be on the wrong side of like a 1-374 record in those games doesn't feel great. By the way, Sammy, you can on the White Sox quickly. You can bet on the regular season on the win bands as well. So like between 50 and 55 games is plus 110, 44 to 49 is plus 600.
Ooh. Okay, I'd have to do
that's a great way to get off of that.
I don't know that I want to like get off of it, but if that band sub 49.5 is 6-1, that's intriguing.
Yeah,
that might be the again, I haven't done the math on it. I'm reacting to it live, but if I have over 49.5 at minus 110, and I can go 40, what is it, 44 to 49?
Yeah.
At 6-1, that's my biggest fear, that they just kind of phase out and land on like 47. So that would probably, I might do this later tonight or tomorrow. I might actually calculate this out and see what
do you have DK access in Canada?
If they go short, 6-1.
Do you have DK access in Canada?
No, I don't.
I wasn't sure. I forget what books are available up there, if they were up there or not.
I basically have nothing. I'm in the wilderness.
What's that Canadian book? I think 2x2, something like that.
Score.
Score, yeah. Score 2x2.
Is there an ace or something like that too?
Believe it or not, I have not been looking all that much, but I was told by a guy that I ran into out here that he used to have to, when he was a kid, he used to have to ride his bike to the gas station. And at the time, you could only bet on parlays, and they had to be 3-teamers. So imagine running that racket out here.
Guys lose.
You can bet, but it's got to be a 3-legger. Like that's the only way you could bet. And he was like, "Yeah, man, it used to be bullshit up here, but now you can bet straights and you can bet everything." But I believe that's the Canadian lottery that was running it back in the day, and maybe still does in some way, shape, or form. But you could bet only 3-team parlays. I would love to book that action, Bear.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Oh.
How about these books? Won't even post Rockies win totals.
I looked.
Won't even post a number. You're just going to take your ball and go home. Put a number. Maybe they might win some games. Post it too low if you think it's too low. Like why can't you just post a number? It's cowardly.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, who was it? One of you the other day during that. Is there another draft coming up that we can lose money on? Was it DK that scooped the pot on the number 1 pick? Like they didn't have.
Yeah,
they actually listed any other player. I saw it. I was looking for Field. I didn't see Field, but there was any other player. So
okay,
I will relinquish my anger. That really annoyed me when I didn't see Field right away. So they should not be able to scoop.
What was Field, Will?
Only like 5-1 or something. It wasn't great, at least the time when I saw it. I know there was like 10-1 in the morning, but man, you talk about a draft where nobody had the intel. Willits won. Was the kid's name Bremner that went second from
Santa Barbara? Santa Barbara, I think.
Everybody was wrong. I wonder, and this is just me thinking out loud, with betting becoming more legal and more prevalent, are these people who used to be sources, assistants to GMs, and these assistant people that would usually leak information, are they just so terrified of getting caught leaking information and afraid of getting fired, getting in trouble, that the information just doesn't get out, or the information is bullshit? Because man, we've had some some rough intel on these drafts.
I read the Keith Law mock drafts when they come up, and every time there's a different top 5. So
by the way, we're over 1,500 people now listen to us right
Oh,
about
there-
anything. With
there
no
we go.
publicity or anything whatsoever. So thanks to everybody out there for
I think most years it's just a crapshoot, man. Because isn't it, Will? I mean, you follow this probably better than I do. It doesn't something have to do with like how they want to structure the bonus money?
Yeah, there's bonus money involved, and it's such another layer with the baseball draft because you've got high school kids, and there's just so many more players to choose from, and I mean, you could have different philosophies on some teams. Like, I don't want to draft high school kids, or a lot of teams for a while didn't want to draft high school batters because you get these kids with metal bats hitting off shitty high school pitchers. It doesn't really translate to pro baseball, and you get a lot of busts that way. So there's a lot of different philosophies and a lot more players to choose from. But man, that was one where nobody had it. I mean, Seth Hernandez eventually pairing up with Skeens. That was a guy a lot of people thought could go one. That would be interesting. 3-4 years down the road, if that comes to fruition, see how the Pirates can screw that up. But man, nobody got that right. And if you had the information, man, you had a hell of a ticket there. Or something like that. Kate Anderson was like 25-1 to go third. Just crazy stuff.
Well, don't worry, Bear. I'll have some info and some sharp bets on the Little League World Series if you want. Double.
Oh, let's go.
that's what we want.
Let's go.
Who was it last year? Hawaii was taking on, might have been Illinois, and Hawaii had this kid who's like basically Danny Almonte, although legal. And I think we all know this guy too. I'm not going to out him on the show, but he's very good at handicapping Little League, believe it or not. And he says to me, there's no way Hawaii should be minus 1,500. That's all I need to hear, right? So I'm betting the dog 9-1, 8-1, or whatever. I think they got no hit in the game. And I would have never bet it if I didn't get that text, right? That Hawaii's too expensive. And I think it was like a 6-0 final, and the kid had a no-hitter or a one-hitter. So we'll get some sharp Little League stuff too. I have no idea if it's going to win.
I was just looking for let's see if FanDuel has it. FanDuel has a Reds win total 81.5. Like that might be an under to hop on here. You look at their schedule out of the break. Mets on the road, DC on the road, which is bad. Then you got Tampa, Dodgers, Braves, Cubs, Phillies. They threw 4 against the Pirates, who are terrible. Phillies, Brewers, Morgan. They got a tough second half schedule. 81.5.
Yeah,
I might go under 81.5 on the Reds.
it's not bad.
Herb Street's been Herb Street and another buddy of mine. We text back and forth as well, and he's all worked up about the Reds and how they just can't score. So,
are we going to get Cam Smith Rookie of the Year home?
I think we're in good shape.
It makes me
worried about. I'm a little
you're
more
never
worried
optimistic about anything, and you're so optimistic about this. So I'm like you. I'm usually pessimistic. The fact that you're optimistic makes me even more pessimistic.
Well, yeah. The problem is, and I kind of laid it out there yesterday when I sent out those Nick Kurtz home road splits. Like, are like voters really going to look at that and realize that he strikes out 43% of the time away from home and hitting 200? They're just going to see he has 17 homers and whatever many ribbies. I think he's more of a threat than Jacob Wilson. But the thing is, he's playing every day. Alvarez is probably not coming back. Who the hell knows? The team's going to win the division. They're going to be in the playoffs, and you're going to give it to someone who's playing in a minor league park that finished last in the division and won 60 games. I don't know. When you look at his numbers the last month, and they are right up there in baseball. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm pretty confident. I might bet Kurtz is a little bit of a hedge. I think Wilson's. You look at how he's completely fallen off the last month.
I thought about it too. Wilson can still win though. Starting shortstop for the All-Star game. He was like second in the league in hits last time I looked. I don't know if he's still there. To me, that's too dangerous. It's too dicey to start acting. There's no clean hedge, I guess there's a way to put it. Hopefully we get to that point, but there's no clean hedge.
Are you guys rooting for the news that came out today that said MLB said that the Rays will play their playoff games in their current field at Tampa Bay? Do you imagine a World Series game with like 12,000 fans?
Good, they should.
At Steinbrenner Stadium in Tampa, which is right next where the Bucks play. I mean, drove by all the time.
Where else were they going to play?
There are a lot of things on Del Mabry Boulevard there, Geoff. A lot of nice places to pop in. Watch a game.
My job during that time was to take the team bus to and from the stadium, Bear. I don't know the other establishments. I think I know what they are. Restaurants, yes. I mean, I guess they would play them somewhere else in Florida. I guess Miami. I don't know.
No, you stay there. You got the home field advantage.
I'm with you.
Do you?
Baseball was looking into putting it somewhere else, and they just said today that they're going to leave it in Tampa if they get that far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Might be a wide strike zone if the Rays get to the playoffs when their hitters are at the plate. It might be the Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun strike zone.
Oh, great news for Jets fans, Bear, as we're talking right now. Sauce Gardner, new highest NFL cornerback, new highest paid NFL cornerback.
Beautiful. Our defense is going to be on the field a lot this year.
Are you guys in football mode yet? We have a Hall of Fame game in 16 days.
I'm all football. Like when I get back to.
Are you really, Sammy? Right now, you are?
Yeah. Well, I was talking with our guy Rack Jack, and he put out his his win totals in his conference stuff. If you're not following Rack Jack on Twitter, I don't know what to tell you. At RackJack24.
Mobland Redux.
He actually was asking for an all-star bet, and I said, no, ask Will. Will has the all-star bets. I don't have any. But he put out his list of win totals and his future bets for conference, and him and I are like lockstep on a couple of them, including Toledo to win the MAC. Big Jason Candle guy, as you know. But I'm already into like the power ratings, and by the time I get back tomorrow or Thursday, I'll have like all my teams rated out, trying to get a little bit ahead of schedule this year. And I don't know if I told all of you, but we did bet Carson Beck to win the Heisman.
Yes,
there you go.
So it was 37-1 at FanDuel. This would have been a week ago or so. And the market was 18, 20, 22. There was a 25, and then FanDuel had 37. And it was very like, you'd be amazed at how hard it was for me to get down on Carson Beck because I'm not in a Heisman state. And good luck finding a FanDuel account that lets you bet like a nickel on the Heisman market. So like you're texting people, oh, I can only get $80 or I can only get $30. Finally got down enough at 37-1. It looks like, according to the prop shop that I use for scouring prices, it looks like they're down to 28-1. I still think anything 25 or higher is worth a pop. I'm hearing a lot of good things about him there at Miami. So I jumped in at 37. Numbers gone, but even at 28, I think it's worth a play.
And the thing is, if they beat Notre Dame out of the chute, that price gets halved.
And if he throws 3 picks, it's dead. But, I mean, you'll know right away. I mean, you won't have to sweat that all season, basically.
That was the old Stanford Steve methodology with betting. Like at least you're going to know early. Like there was one year where like he bet Kansas like over 1.5 or under 1.5 or something. He's like, at least I'm going to know early. You win that game, I'm good. You lose that game, I'm done. Yeah, I'm a little behind with NFL, but I did make an NFL bet last night.
Oh,
I did. I think you guys are going to hate it.
I want to try to guess it. Is this a win total? Give us a hint in terms of like what market.
It is a odds to win a conference.
Arizona
conference. It's not.
No, the Gannon bet I've had for Coach of the Year for a while.
It's odds to win a conference.
It's going to be some bum quarterback
team to win.
It's going to be it's a team to win a conference. So who does
Pittsburgh?
I was going to say Pittsburgh. I'll hang up.
No.
I'll go like this.
God.
Oh, because Sammy's wearing pants at least, thankfully.
I do have pants on. I'm hanging on the garbages here. I'm going to
say you
to win the conference.
Like the Broncos. I'm going to say it's the Broncos.
No. Even though we did talk the other day,
Chargers
betting the Chiefs at -120 to win.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I have bet the Chiefs. I have bet the Chiefs at 120 to win. Do you see the Chargers announced put out new uniforms? Say they call gold, even though it's very yellow. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, that's not gold. What the 49ers and Notre Dame wear is gold.
Correct. Bear, I don't know, man. Raiders?
I'd like one more guess, Bear. The Atlanta Falcons.
No way.
No.
Oh
no. I bet the Detroit Lions to win the NFC at +5.
Oh, that's not okay. That's not terrible. I mean, healthy on defense this year. If they figure out the offensive line gets settled up a little bit with some changes they had, they'll be right in the mix. I agree.
I think a lot of people are going to just assume that they're going to be down because of the year they had last year. You lose both coordinators. Ragnow retires out of the blue. Like I think there's going to be a little bit of hesitation with them because so many people are high on the Commanders. People are high on the Vikings. People are obviously always going to be high on the Eagles. Yeah, I don't know. I think people are overlooking the Lions a little bit this year.
The NFC is interesting, right? I mean, outside of like Philly, who do we
really good?
Who do we trust? I mean, who do we trust? I that's the thing is the NFC feels pretty wide open. The AFC feels like three teams, like the same three teams we have every year. But the NFC, I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit got there. I think my hottest NFC take right now, and I think Bears on the opposite side of this one. I think we're assuming Jane Daniels is going to play poorly, and I just don't know why we're doing that. Everyone seems out on Washington, and I get it. People will watch them a little bit more this year. They have a little bit tougher schedule, but it's not the same situation that Houston was in last season with coaching, with personnel. I think Daniels is more talented than Stroud. I kind of don't get everyone rushing to fade the Commanders this season.
I think they had good luck in close games, and I think Cleve TA had this stat. He's a great follow too. Does a great job with these write-ups. 34% of their defensive snaps were against backup quarterbacks. That was the most in the league last year.
That's crazy.
Figured Dallas will be a little bit better. I think Dallas is being slept on with Dak back, Pickens motivated. If you're going to have an offense with Prescott, Pickens, and Lamb, I actually think Jaden Blue will do a decent job for fantasy purposes. Might be a sleeper. I think people forget Dak is 76-46 for his career as a starter. They went 11-5, 12-5, 12-5 the 3 years before last year where it went off the rails and he got hurt. I know people don't like the Schottenheimer hire, but I think Dallas did better. And I think Washington, I could see the reasons for people like thinking they'll take a step back, even though the team might be better. I don't know, Debo and Tunsil. I could see where like a few of these teams where I like the roster a little bit better, but the circumstances last year, Minnesota is one of these teams where I like what they did on the offensive line, defensive line. I could see them being better, but the ball bounced their way a lot last year where I'm not sure it's going to happen this year with schedule, turnovers, close games, all those things.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's interesting on Dallas because when Dak and Parsons are on the field, they get to double digits when those guys stay healthy. But then you look at when they get hurt, it's a disaster. Dak got hurt in the 2020 season and they completely fell apart. And then Parsons, whenever he's out, their pressures go way down on defense. So last year you didn't have both of them for a lot of that season. So Dallas did get bet. I know I was talking to Murray at the Superbook, and they were very high. They were like even higher than market. Market was like 550, 6-1 to win the division. And they were hanging a number in the 8 range. It was like 830 or 835.
It's a good bet. It's a good number.
Somebody came in there and bet 5 dimes at plus 830 to win like 44,000 or whatever it was. I don't have the math in front of me again, but that got hit. And then somebody hit Circa. Are they going to win the division? I don't know, but they did get bet at north of 8. And there was like a bet at like 775 or something. But there was one interesting thing I heard about the football team, formerly known as the football team, is that they caught a lot of people off guard last year with how aggressive they were on fourth down.
Yeah.
And teams weren't ready for it and didn't prepare for it. And I think they were something like 82% on fourth down last year. And they were like Dan Quinn, we know, used to coach the Falcons. It'd be 4th and 1 at year 40 and he'd punt. And now he's like this analytical aggression guy. And you figure it out over the course of the season, but I think a lot of teams weren't prepared for how aggressive they were. The hope for other teams now is that all that stuff is on tape and that they might be able to adjust to what they did last year offensively.
What I was going to say is with the NFC, with that division too, like, isn't it like there hasn't been a repeat winner in a hell of a
04.
Yeah.
04.
And when we talk about the Vikings, I was going to say, like, I already have a note in my calendar appointment for October the 6th, or really October the 7th, to look for an adjusted win total for the Vikings. Because you figure at that point in the year, they're probably going to be 4-1, 3-2. Bears, Falcons, Bengals, Steelers, Browns is their first 5 games. Then they're off, and then they go Eagles, Chargers, Lions, Ravens. So, like, what are they, 9.5 now or whatever? Like, maybe they start off 3-2, 4-1, and maybe we wind up getting a 10.5 or something like that with an adjusted total and can pound the under then.
It's been like 20 years since they made the playoffs back-to-back years. They never do it back-to-back years. They never do it.
Put week 8 in your calendar. That's National Tight Ends Day. The tight ends always eat on that day. That's in my calendar.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. Every tight end catches a touchdown.
My tight end props.
I can't wait to the week 18 tweet list of all the incentives you should wager on all the players over for their incentive, their incentive week. I made 2 wagers on sack overs yesterday. I just was browsing the old apps, and I think the sack market, I don't know if anyone plays the sack market, is not very efficient in a given year. I took Nick Bonito of the Broncos over 9.5. He had 13.5 last season. I don't know why he'd have less. He's in year 4. He got better each year. And then Jared Verse, who Teron Armstead said, tongue in cheek, obviously, but like he's the reason or one of the reasons why he retired. He didn't want to play him anymore. He's at 7.5, 4.5 as a rookie last season. I mean, 10 is probably doable for him in his second season. Both teams should be ahead in a lot of games. They're going to rush the passer. I don't know. I feel like that market's inefficient at times. And once defensive ends get to, or pass rushers, I should say, get to a certain point in their career, they're mostly around the same number. Now, am I betting over 14.5 for Myles Garrett? No. But I need Jared Verse to get 8 sacks in 17 games. It's totally doable.
You're betting on health.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, yeah. And those guys, again, I mean, guys get hurt all the time. It happens. But I'm on those guys. Bear, one thing we talked about over text message, I think we did discuss now. Are we going to enter a super contest or a contest like that as a group this season?
We should. We absolutely should.
Do we enter the college one at the Westgate? Like, what do we?
Why don't we enter both the super contest and the college super contest, or circa millions and the college super contest, and give both Circa and Westgate a little bit of our money? Well, why not?
Do we?
What is it? What is it? Pro is 5 picks a week, so we each get a pick, and then one we circle around, and someone else gets 2 picks a week, and then the college one is 7 picks. So figure it out.
That'll be a nice little cross promotion. They could promote us, we promote them. Maybe we could work something out there.
That's not a bad idea.
Sammy?
I will be out there. August the 3rd.
I'm there next week.
August 3rd, 4th, and then the 5th. I have to go out to LA for some meetings.
Your pretty little eyelashes at these guys. See what you can get done.
I'll be there next week for Big Ten Media Day. I love how Bear just doesn't, like, he's got the big meetings. The 3 of us get excluded from the big meetings.
Yeah.
Bear has the big.
I'm nobody.
The big meetings.
Believe me, I'm nobody.
He has the big meetings. I'm doing the college one for sure this year. I can't wait to do that. That's gonna be fun. I gotta sign up for that next week. I'm out there for big. It does feel like football. I got Big Ten Media Day next week, like Media Day.
And
3 days.
Big 12 was this past week. SEC Media Day is going on now.
SEC
Anybody have any SEC bets?
Everybody's gained 15 pounds of muscle and lost 15 pounds of fat.
Yep, exactly. Feels good about our roster as I felt since I've been here.
Every new coach is going to try to play more up tempo, attack the quarterback. What are all the other cliches? Nobody ever plays, what we're going to do, we're just going to play slow. We're going to be boring, and we're not going to attack. We're just going to try to sneak out a 6 or 7 win season. We're not going to attack.
My college football take so far is like outside of about the 7 top teams, I don't think anyone's winning a championship. Same thing every year. Like it's just like these 7 teams that are going to rule the sport, and someone will win out of the top 7 teams. I'm trying to find someone else. I can't do it. I can't see this. It's a talent acquisition sport, and the top teams have all the talent, and they're the ones that are going to be the Final 4 in the playoffs.
I'm guessing you have Illinois in your 7, right?
I do have Illinois. Yeah, it's my 7. Well, I mean, look. A guy in ESPN got up there yesterday and said there would be 5 Big Ten teams in the playoffs. So, including Michigan, Illinois, and the 3 that we think.
No,
I put Oregon and Penn State in a parlay with Utah to be playoff teams. Just throw Utah in there. I think they're going to be good this year.
Who allows you to do that parlay?
DK.
DK does, okay.
Yeah, I did that one because I want to find a 3rd for Oregon. Oregon and Penn State to me are in the playoff.
They should all let you do that. I mean, they should all let you parlay because it's negatively correlated.
So I still need to find a 3rd that I think is going to make it for sure. I mean, Georgia probably, Ohio
State will make it.
You're not concerned at all about young quarterback? Just too much talent around him doesn't matter?
It's a pretty good deal to have the best offensive player in the country and the best defensive player in the country.
You're not worried at all about week 1, them losing week 1 to Texas?
Oh, they could certainly lose that game, but how many more games are they going to lose?
They're not losing.
If they lose week 1, I actually thought about this the other day. Whoever loses, I hope it's by a couple scores. I'll just bet the team that loses to win the national title the day after the game.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Yeah.
But unlike last year, where I think, speaking for myself, I thought like it was Georgia and Ohio State versus the field. Like you're right about this year, whereas maybe last year they were like, oh, one of these 7 or 8 teams could win it. But really, when you push games to shove, it was going to be Georgia or Ohio State. Like you could make a legitimate case, and you really wouldn't be surprised if Penn State won, or LSU won, or Alabama won, or Texas won, or Clemson won. Like there are a bunch of teams that all kind of are equal, which is why like I wouldn't, like what Sammy just said, I wouldn't be betting any of these like teams that are 6, 7, 8 to 1 to win the title right now, because like I said, you're going to get a better price, odds are, at some point during the year when they lose a game.
Yeah, think about this. You could have bet Ohio State after the Michigan game about 12 to 1, 13 to 1, and you could have bet Notre Dame after they lost to Northern at 100 to 1.
That's crazy.
And those 2 teams met in the title game. Now, just because it happened last year doesn't mean it's going to happen next year. But buying dips when the national media declares a team dead, that's usually the best time to get in there. I mean, when they lost to Northern, I mean, it was like, let's fire Marcus Freeman, right? Like, that's how bad it was. And then they go out to 100 to 1, and we all know what happened.
You're right about Ohio State's schedule, Bear. They're a playoff team. It doesn't matter who's at quarterback. It's not. They get a bye before Penn State, host them at home. The road games are Washington, Illinois, Wisconsin, Purdue, and Michigan. I think they'll beat Michigan this year. Maybe not, but even if they lose, we saw what happened last season. Yeah, they're because Penn State has not won that game under James Franklin yet. Is this the year they're going to do it? I mean, I know that they can run the football, but if Penn State just takes it away, Ohio State takes it away, they going to be able to throw the ball enough? I don't know.
What do you guys think of Nebraska? Because I like them. I think their schedule is reasonable. I think we know Rule's MO, where he takes the leap year 2 to year 3. They got a quarterback. Is this like what is their ceiling? You guys buy the Nebraska optimism or no?
Yes, I think Raiola's good, and he went through true freshman problems last season. And they write their schedule. They're going to win the first 3 games of. I think that they host Michigan. I mean, they don't leave. The first 5 games are not on the road, right? I think week 1's is neutral site Cincinnati.
Don't have a true road game until October 11th at Maryland.
Jeez, look at the schedule. No Oregon. Wow. No Ohio State. That's pretty easy. You're right, Will. I think I might be in on Nebraska too.
It's weird because their win total, I think, is still only 7.5, right?
7.5, yeah.
I'm gonna put this down on my notes here. All right, so Toledo to win the MAC. I got to bet on that, right? Is that what you said, Sammy?
Arizona State this year? Arizona State was like what, triple digits to win the Big 12 and got that ticket home. Is there a team this year where transfer portal, whatever, just completely all over Houston? What's Houston's up?
They would be the team in the Big 12 that I would bet with Wegman coming in, Fritz's second year there. One of my cats just walked in. That's why I'm kind of like reaching down, you petting.
I thought you were looking for your Colorado ticket to win the Big 12 there. That's what I thought. They were a win in Kansas City from getting to the conference title game last year.
Or a BYU loss to who did BYU use to that game was ended like 2 a.m. that Saturday. BYU had to beat somebody.
Utah.
Was it Utah?
Yep.
Yeah, they were down all game. There was a controversial call at the end, and they came back and won.
Yeah,
it was the final game of the regular season where if BYU had lost, Colorado would have gotten in on a tiebreaker. I thought maybe it was actually Houston, and it was. I'll have to look it up.
Well, BYU Utah was like super late night.
Yeah,
and it was an odd game. Utah was winning most of the game.
I remember that game, but that wasn't the final game that would have actually put Colorado.
Oh, it was Houston. They beat Houston 30-18 at the end, the last game of the season.
That's what it was. It was Houston.
Yeah. Do you buy Texas Tech hype, Bear? There's a tweet I just saw that Texas Tech has the 3rd most expensive roster in the country this season.
I love what they've done to their roster, but like you look at their true road games, like I don't know. Like they could be one of those teams you're going to look up at the end of the year and be like they're better than what their record is. Their road games are Arizona State, Houston, K-State, Utah, and West Virginia. So like there's a chance they could lose all 5 of those road games. I went under 8.5 on Tech.
Oh, Grade and a half.
But again,
No,
I'm a miserable negative person. So
Jeff is just writing
everybody's-
bets down. That's all he's doing.
I mean, hey, look, I'll take ideas from anyone. I took college football bets I've made so far. I took Colorado Georgia Tech minus 3.5 today for week 1. I think that number will go up. I think that they're going to beat Colorado and beat them by a touchdown or more week 1. I took Mateer to win the Heisman at Oklahoma. They just have to be good enough. I don't know if they'll be good enough, but he can play. I took Utah's season win total over, Colorado under. I haven't done a ton of college
Who's
football.
quarterback for Utah this year?
The kid from New Mexico. They brought him in.
I know.
And they're all, by the way, Utah's offensive line might be one of the best in the country. They got 2 tackles will be drafted in the first round. So that's also why I think Utah will be good this year. They'll just do what they normally do without the injuries. They had so many injuries for so many years. I hate to be back on them, but that's kind of where I'm at with Utah right now.
Bear, I know we're going to run in a minute here, but when are you and I going to catch a UConn game?
Well, not football, that's for sure.
Why
Why
not?
not?
Oh, because
I'll be on the road every week.
Yeah, that's.
UConn is going to have like a Friday game, Bear. Come on.
Well, I'll be somewhere with the Big Noon crew.
Oh, you're right.
Where we should meet up this year. We've been talking about this for 3 years now, and we've been unable to do it.
Vegas.
Week 3, Big Noon kickoff, Oregon at
Northwestern. Yep.
I could do Chicago. I could do Chicago.
Go to Joe's or go to one of the great steakhouses there.
15,000 seat stadium. I'm in.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
We said week 3?
Yeah.
Week 3.
Because my family's going to be out of town that weekend too.
Whatever it is, September 14th or something, I think it is.
I think my family's
around Chicago, boys.
I think my family's going to be out of town. I just have to find a place to probably work Sunday, but otherwise I can make that happen.
They have hotel rooms, I think, with like Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Okay. This is a very specific radio issue, but one of the companies I work for, you have to use the Comrex, and they don't do Skype or vMix or Wi-Fi. Like I have to take the thing with me and find an Ethernet connection. Like I had to do it in Albany. We went up to Albany. Like it's just like I have to find a studio. I'm sure they have in Chicago to do the radio show.
They do. We'll get you one, Jeff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Albany, hopefully Sammy can get us some FCS plays in Albany, Brown, all those types of situations.
We'll find one. We'll try.
Who wants to lay 1,300 with me on the Spain women this week against Switzerland?
You're going to the Sun game, parlay it with the Sun on the money line, and then the Spain on the money line, and
there we go.
There
They are going to absolutely destroy Switzerland. By the way, that's going to be like 5-0.
What can go wrong?
Yeah, believe me, it's gone wrong. It has not been a good week.
Well, make it back on Kershaw to win MVP tonight.
What do you guys have? You guys have some All-Star Game MVP bets, right? Before we run,
I took Kershaw, like we talked about.
Yeah, I bet Kershaw. I bet Rooker. I bet Ellie.
Kyle Stowers.
I don't know. I don't want to get too crazy. I bet like 5 of them.
Yeah,
but I figure if they're all 50-1 or longer, then you get one of them. It's fine.
Sure.
I like your Kershaw comparison to Mariano a few years back.
Yeah, it's just he hasn't announced he's retiring. The game's not in LA, so it's a little different, but maybe there's a sentimentality. It has to be a low-scoring game, too, because if it's 8-4 and there's a bunch of offense, he probably won't get it, but you never know with these voters, so who knows?
Exactly.
He's still I told you, DK allowed me to bet $3.82 on Kershaw at plus 10,000. So I had to go somewhere else and get 60-1 because I couldn't.
Will, what's Rooker MVP?
65-1 or so. 65.
I got Rooker at 60. So I probably didn't get the best number, but
so I should bet on Rooker tonight too.
Yes.
Okay.
It would just be poetic justice, Iron, whatever term you want to use. If you have a situation like that where he loses by a fraction of an inch, the guy goes on to win the Derby, and he wins the All-Star Game MVP the next night. That would just, I don't know. I can see that happening. Although I do like the National League in the game. Like I said, I do think the National League has a better roster. I knew the American League has done well in this game. I didn't realize 10 out of 11. That's pretty dominant.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You also had the take, Will, the other day before we end that you think the All-Star Game should go back to back to determining home field advantage.
I didn't say it should. I just missed when it did, just because it's like putting a bet on a game. If it's 2-2 in the 8th inning, you know what? You're probably not going to bed if you're a big baseball fan. You want to see who wins. You want to see who gets home field advantage. I get there's going to be a year, and there was a year, I think it was the Rangers-Cardinals, where the Rangers won like 12 more games than the Cardinals, and the Cardinals had home field for Game 7 because of a stupid All-Star game. So there's no logical reason for it. I do think it just makes the game more exciting, more interesting when it is the case. And for years, they would rotate anyway. There was no rhyme or reason. It would just 1 year American League, next year National League, and they continue to rotate. So if you're going to pick something that stupid, might as well throw it on the All-Star game. But
I think my Giants had all 3 World Series on the road because of the All-Star game. All three of them.
Oh,
I'd
really?
like to end with trivia if we can.
Yes.
So the 0-2 All-Star game is the Milwaukee tie.
Yeah.
Next year, it's in Chicago on the South Side. Who hit the home run that won it for the AL? Who can get this right?
In 03?
2003?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
All right. Ask the question again. I'm not looking it up. I actually texted.
Who hit, I believe it was the game-deciding home run in the 2003 All-Star game.
Is this someone we should know? Or is
2003 or 2002?
2002 was in Milwaukee. 03 was in Chicago. That was the first one that mattered.
Hank Blaylock.
Hank Blaylock is right.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Rangers third baseman, Hank Blaylock.
I remember that.
That's a mic drop.
And that was Marlins World Series that year?
Yes.
Marlins over Yankees.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh,
there is some there's some
Josh
randomness to it. A lot of times it's just some random dude on a last place team that gets his moment and hits a homer late, and you get a Hank Blaylock or Elijah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think having someone on a last place team hit a home run so that your conference league, whatever, can host home field advantage just feels silly to me. I get
it is silly. It is.
I get the idea of staying up later to watch this. I used to love All-Star Weekend. It was always around my birthday. I went to my buddy's house. And
happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Your son and you share the same birthday?
We do, yes.
It's awesome.
He's
that is cool.
He's at camp. My daughter turns 9 tomorrow, so we got all our birthdays.
Wow.
Tomorrow, July 16th, tomorrow, yes. We all stacked up together, all at camp, though. So I'm going to go make myself – how about this, guys? I'm making a lot of food right now because I have nothing to do. I'm making a tuna tartare right now. The tuna's cut up. The cucumbers are cut up. The green onions are cut up. I got to add avocado, sesame seed, and then I got some rice kind of cooling in the fridge a little bit because it was hot. I made a cucumber salad as well. So I'm going to put it all together and eat it after this. Ooh. I'm going to do oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, and a little soy sauce. Mix it all together. And sesame oil too. And eat it for snack.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll send you a picture.
All
right, guys.
See you guys. Hopefully we do this again.
That was fun.
That was
all
fun.
Right.
Oh, Canada.
All right. See you guys.
All right, guys. Hey, that was fun.